Last night, I was honored to be on Ron Durant's Photographers Roundtable live stream. And during that live stream, he asked me some questions about the OM system, OM-1 Mark II. And I've been meaning to make a video kind of summarizing my thoughts on that camera. And it just turns out that I was able to summarize my thoughts on that camera during his live stream. So I'm going to share that section of the Photographers Roundtable discussion right now. And of course, you can always watch the Photographers Roundtable over on Ron Durant Photography's YouTube page. He does it about once a month. It's a live stream. I'm on there. David Saylor's on there. Tim Childers is on there. Phil Vignola is on there. Double G, Garrett Gillette is on there. Sometimes we have Johnny Pink on there. No telling who's going to show up on there. It's a lot of fun, so check that out. But here are my answers to Ron's questions about the OM system OM-1 Mark II.
I want to talk to Phil T about the OM system. I was really surprised when your videos popped out. I didn't even know you had that in your hands.
Yeah, they called me or emailed me and asked if I wanted to try it. And man, I wanted to try it so bad because I've really had my eye on that camera for a while because it's got great weather sealing. It's got a fast readout stacked sensor. The focus is pretty good. And I tried so hard. Hey, how about instead of you sending me the camera for a month and I make a couple of videos, how about you let me keep it and I'll make a video 2 or 3 times a month for the next 2 years. How about that? But they didn't go for that. But it was worth a try. But let me tell you, back to that camera, it is the small sensor camera that we all want. Everybody who says, man, I wish Nikon would make a mirrorless D500. That's it. That thing is dynamite. It has focus as good as my Z8. The readout speed's not as fast as my Z8, but it's very, very fast. Almost no rolling shutter. The buffer, you can shoot 50 frames per second if you want to raw. I don't need that. I set it at the slowest, which was 12 and a half on the flicker free shutter. And I'd be looking at a bird and there it is on a perch and I'm shooting. If I've got it in the frame, I'm shooting because sometimes it's only going to be there for half a second. And I need as many shots as I can go through to try to find the one that's good. Well, if that thing was there for 5 or 6 seconds, usually with other cameras like say the Z50 or the A6700 or especially the Canon R7, you hit the buffer. That camera doesn't have one. You go out and get a sandwich, it's still shooting. It's crazy. Really, really impressed with that camera. If I had to say one thing bad about it, it's only 20 megapixels. That's the only problem with that camera. And like with my Z8, it's 45 megapixels. So all I got to do is leave my focus point in the middle. And if I'm on a small bird, I just leave my focus point in the middle and I compose it with cropping because I've got 45 megapixels to play with. But if I've only got 20 megapixels to play with, I've got to compose while I'm shooting, which sounds easy if you're a landscape photographer, but if you're a bird photographer and you've got 2 seconds to get a moving bird, it's not. You need to compose later. So that's the only really Achilles heel of that camera. But the focus is great, the buffer is great, the build quality is great, the weather sealing is great, the lenses are the $7,000 lens is very great, and the other one I used is a Sigma. It's a rebranded Sigma full frame lens, and it's pretty damn good too.
You mean they sent you a lens that cost $7,000?
Yes, sir. They
Wow.
sent me a $7,000 lens, a $2,700 lens, and a $2,500 camera.
Wow.
And 2 batteries, and said, go to town. And I said, yes, sir. Don't even need a map. I know exactly where town is.
Oh, I was going to ask you about the battery life on that. Did you find it outstanding?
Outstanding, yes, sir.
And that's a 2 times crop, right? I mean, the sensor.
Mm-hmm.
They're
Yeah, see,
sensitive.
the math is easy. If it's a 400, it's an 800.
Because I know I see a lot of people on YouTube that are apparently ambassadors, OM ambassadors, shooting OM in a lot of wildlife, and I've just never really got it until I seen your video, and then I said, "Oh, I get it now." Seeing what you were producing, on your output on the videos. But
I didn't even really scratch the surface of that camera. It has all sorts of computational photography stuff. It has, like you might even have on a cell phone, it has built-in ND where it takes multiple shots and combines them. It has pre-capture. It has stacking like the Canon cameras, but the Canon cameras can't shoot flash while they're doing the shots for stacking. So if you want to use it for macro and get on a bug and go and make 5 or 6 shots, if you got a flash that's good enough to regenerate and fire each of those times, you can have a stacked with flash and diffuser shot that you can't do with Canon. You can either stack or flash, but not both
hmm,
with the Canon.
hmm, yeah,
Anyway, it's awesome.
yeah,
Hey, OM system, send it
yeah.
back.
They
Let me
may
keep it
need to
longer.
send it back for a more thorough examination.
Yeah.